Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. My name is Neferititi and you can find me on the web at onebodywm.com. I am a spiritual life coach and mind-body instructor. So this is an energy report for the week beginning Monday, July 8th, 2019. And the energy is very sensitive this week. We're right in the middle of eclipse season, Mercury retrograde, and eclipses herald in major endings and beginnings. I've mentioned in other videos, they're like bookends. They're the most powerful astrological event that we can experience. And this is about making major shifts, which has been the theme basically this whole year. And it's not always an easy thing to do. And I feel like because this is an eclipse taking place in Cancer, for a lot of us, it's the relationship dynamics that are changing, that are shifting, that are up-leveling. For some of us, relationships are dissolving, but that is necessary in order for us to move forward. Remember that we all have choices. We all make a choice as to whether or not we are going to level up when the energy becomes available to us to do so. We're all going to ascend, all going to be moving up, but the resistance that we carry, that we have against processes, cycles of life, will determine how long it takes us to do this leveling up. And with this energy of Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, I feel like this is soul growth. This is heart healing. This is really getting disciplined with your spiritual practices, building the new. Because remember, 5D has to be built. Okay, that's what this whole Capricorn energy is about, in my opinion. Mercury is retrograde in Leo until the end of this month. So in general, Mercury retrogrades can bring maybe some disruption, delays, some blocks with travel, communications, and mental functions. But I always encourage people to check the house placement that the Mercury retrograde is falling in, or any planet that's retrograde. Whatever house that retrograde is taking place in your chart, in your personal astrology, that is the energy that's going to be affected the most. So if you have to make major decisions, signing on the dotted line, which we know is never good during a Mercury retrograde, but we do what we have to do. So if you do have to sign a contract, make a commitment, it would be helpful if it's not in the house where Mercury is going retrograde. And it's all about the rewords too, reworking, rebooting, rewriting, etc. But take some time out to really read between the lines, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, because Mercury rules details. The devil's in the details. And I feel like this is the details of your heart. Where do you need to create healthy boundaries? Are there people in your life that are toxic? It doesn't matter if they're family members. Okay, let me say that again. It doesn't matter if they're family members. There are people that are your family, and then there's people that you're related to, right? And we live in a world of polarity. I mean, we're all ascending, but it's necessary for us to make sure that people are in certain categories at this point in time. That's just my belief. If we're going to spiritually mature and grow, not everybody's going to be able to come with us. That's the true sign of spiritual maturity, is if you're losing friends. Unfortunately, it's a part of the process. Like I said, relationships are under the microscope right now, and it's becoming necessary to walk away from people, situations that are depleting you or distracting you from your purpose. Many of us are right on the brink of a breakthrough, and I feel like we can feel this. Even though the energies are speaking to reassessing, rebooting, and, not making any major decisions, the blessings, the karmic rewards can come to us at any time, because those higher dimensions are not ruled by time and space. We're the ones that have created situations, these categories, these timelines. We're the ones that create these things. And the higher energies have no other option but to acquiesce to what we create. But they are not bound by time and space. So if it's time for you to receive a miracle, if it's time for you to receive a spiritual upgrade, then it's going to come. Okay. And for some of us, it's going to be like a shocking type of thing, but not necessarily negative. It all depends on where your attention has been focused. and where you are currently energetically. That's the currency of the universe, okay? So we have to just be trusting of this process, be comfortable with unknowns. That's a huge one. We're not supposed to know everything, right? We're supposed to trust, and we're supposed to allow life to unfold, knowing that everything is going to be all right. We have unyielding, invisible support around us at all times, at all times. So if you're feeling a little confused, tired, disillusioned, sad, whatever it is that is making you feel out of alignment, you have help available. Just ask for the help and then follow the guidance as it's given to you. And trust these processes. You know, be the shaman of your life. One of their functions was to identify in other people if they have a negative pattern in their ancestry, in their family lineage, in their past life. And the job of the shaman was to go into trance and then travel back to wherever it is that you left your power, okay? Wherever it is that you picked up an illness, some kind of traumatic event, they go back and clean that up. Modalities, they are meant to remove negative energy patterns and programs, which has been a huge part of our reality, because we've basically been a crop species. We've been manipulated, our energy, right? To the point where some of us, I forget what that term is, I'm going to put it here, but where we're actually falling in love with the abusers. You start to identify and connect and relate to your abusers. You get comfortable with it, right? And I feel like a lot of that is breaking down, breaking up, being dissolved, because we cannot take these things with us as we ascend. So examine your negative patterns and make the intention, like a shaman, to go back wherever that pattern originated and take your power back, dissolve that pattern, and then move forward in your life. So take care of yourselves. Like I said, this is a week where you're going to start to see the seeds of the shifts. I feel like we need to be patient, because eclipses can take up to 6 months to play out. And then with Mercury retrograde, we're going to have delays. We're going to have opportunities to reassess. So I want to also say that you need to be mindful of the information that's coming forth right now from energy readers, from the media, from anyone, because when Mercury is retrograde, communications are compromised. Okay, so just make sure that you check in with yourself, use your discernment. Does this resonate with me? Is this information that I am taking in right now going to help me or hinder me? Or is it going to make a difference in my life at all? Like, do I actually need to even be engaged in this exchange? If the energy exchange is imbalanced, if it's one-sided, then it's going to deplete you, or you're going to deplete somebody else. And all of these types of false relating type of situations are coming to the surface right now for clearing and release. There's going to be a divide and a shift and a deluge of information, and a lot of it is going to be just to kind of hide the truth from us, to kind of keep us distracted. So just be mindful of that. Discernment is key, and checking in with your energy. I'm gonna give you some tips here to help you navigate this energy. So the first is going to be self-love practices, right? Which includes affirmations, staying out of drama, resting when you need to, being gentle and kind and patient with yourself, especially your mind. The second tip is going to be to stay grounded. However you do that. And I've been really drawn to 174 hertz on the solfeggio scale, because it's good for releasing pain and past traumatic experiences, which is personally what I'm dealing with as we're going through this period of eclipses and retrogrades. So I'm okay with that. I think maybe 2 years ago, if I were going through this process, I may have felt like I couldn't handle it. But I have the tools that I need now, And I'm utilizing those tools. I'm not getting caught up in the drama to the best of my ability. I'm taking a pause and I'm making sure that I'm asking my angels and guides for help all along the way. I don't care how many times I've got to ask for clarity because they don't care. So you ask as much as you need to until you are satisfied with the answer that you get. Because ultimately we create our realities. They're here to support us. The angels and guides are here to help you fulfill your soul mission, but you are in charge. So remember that. The third tip is going to be journaling, okay? Writing down your feelings because we're dealing with Mercury retrograde. So this is about communication, writing things down, doing kind of a brain dump so that you're not overwhelmed with your thoughts and the energy that's coming to the planet right now. We've had some portal openings, the 7/7 portal opening, and a lot of this energy that's coming in right now is very cleansing and purging, which is not easy on our emotions, right? So take care of yourself so that you don't get into overindulgent behavior or addictive behaviors or escapism, because these are all things that can happen when you feel overwhelmed energetically, okay? So take care of yourself. Again, focus on what resonates with you. Focus on what it is that you want to create in your life and take time to recharge your batteries, okay? So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.